Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Lottie, and today I thought I would do a little motorsport related things to get someone for Christmas. I know Christmas is coming up very quickly, but in case you are stuck for ideas, I have got a couple that I think some people might like. To start off with, I'd say something like turbo attacks, because loads of people collect them. They're relatively cheap and you get so many of them. These are the 2024 ones, but obviously I've got a lot of duplicates, but lots of people enjoy them, and I know I loved it collecting them last season. I'm not doing it this season, but the 2025 ones are pretty cool. I've seen a couple of people with them. Next, I'd say something like a Monster energy drink, like the Lando ones, the Lewis Hamilton ones, which I don't know if they still do, or like Valentino Rossi ones. They are cheap. If you can have energy drinks, I would definitely recommend these. I'm not the biggest fan of the Lando Monster, but I find it very citrusy, and I'm not the biggest fan of citrusy stuff, so that's the only reason I don't like it. But definitely energy drinks. Most people like them. Well, some people like them, but they're affordable, and it's just a little extra. If you haven't tried it especially, most people will love that. Next, I'd say something like a model car. So this is a McLaren, as you can probably tell. You might not be able to tell, but this is a McLaren one. I built it. It's just from Hobbycraft. It was, I think, £10. So if you're a motorsport fan, or just a car fan in general, things like this are cool. I've also got a camper van one that I made a couple of years ago, and I just find them fun to build. I enjoy making them. Along the lines of models and cars, I'd say F1 Legos, or just any of the Speed Champions Legos. I have the Haas, and I also have a McLaren, but it's not on me right now. I personally really enjoy making the Legos. Not sure about everyone. The stickers are a bit much, but who doesn't love Lego? Let's be real. I would say this is one of my top things that I ask for Christmas and birthdays, because they tend to be affordable, around £20, and they're just so cool to make, and they just look cool. But I also have the mini ones. I collected all the mini ones. They're also affordable, good for stocking stuffers maybe. They're obviously very quick and easy to build. People make keychains out of them. That's another thing. You could ask for keychains of these off Etsy and whatever, or make them yourselves. So these are definitely cool options as well. The next thing I've got is motorsport themed phone cases. So I've got an Ollie Bearman one and a Lando Norris one. They both came from Etsy, from different shops. Now, phone cases tend to be a bit more on the expensive side if you get ones like these. I think this one cost me around £30, and I think this one was around the same, but I do love my F1 themed phone cases. Next, I'd go with something like a Funko Pop. They do an Ayrton Senna one, a Max Verstappen one, and a Kimi Antonelli one currently. They're like £8 at the moment. £8 to £10 I think. You can get them from Amazon, any toy store pretty much. And this one obviously isn't F1, but these are cool, and lots of people like to collect them. And if you're an F1 fan, they obviously do the Max one, the Ayrton one, and the Kimi one, which would be cool, especially if you collect them, or if you just want some more F1 stuff to add to your collection, and it's quite affordable. So I would definitely recommend a Funko Pop. Next, I'm going to go with F1 merch, except the ones from Etsy or small businesses. I love supporting small businesses, or just any businesses. So this one is from I8. I honestly love it. I bought it to the F1 with me when I went to Silverstone. It's really good quality actually, and there's so many different designs you can get from Etsy and everything. I have an Alex Albon jumper from Etsy. I love that. It's embroidered, incredible quality, but I do find that the quality of these is really good, and I would 100% recommend F1 merch from Etsy or small businesses and stuff, because it is so much cheaper. And a lot of it is a lot more cuter, so I would 100% recommend cheap F1 merch, or just F1 merch from small businesses. I do have actual F1 merch, so the official F1 merch. This is a Danny Rick McLaren t-shirt. I have got a Lando Norris McLaren t-shirt, but I couldn't find it. But these are obviously a bit more on the expensive side. I think this one cost me £15 from Brands Hatch maybe, or it was just from like an MSV track, because these are quite cheap from there. I think it was from Vantage something. I don't remember the name of the store, but at most tracks you can find the stores where they have them cheaper, and if not, sales on Fuel for Fans. I find that's good for F1 merch. and just the F1 website in general, especially when they're going like Danny Rick not being in the sport anymore. This was, I think, £15 for me, but obviously the official ones can be upward of £100. But F1 merch is definitely one of the main things, one of the like big things I'd ask for as a motorsport fan. Obviously I've got this Toyota Gazoo Racing t-shirt as well, which quite fitting with Haas and their sponsorship becoming title sponsors. But this is, as a BTCC fan, I am a Toyota Gazoo Racing fan, so things like this t-shirt as well, you can get them from the Harlequin store, which does BTCC merch, or a bunch of places do it, but there is also other motorsport merch you can buy. Next is F1 hats, or any driver hats, like IndyCar, F1, any drivers. You can pretty much get a hat for any driver in most series, I think. F1 hats are my favourite thing to collect, and if you go to the track, your favourite driver will most likely sign it if you've got their hat. So I've got a whole collection of hats. This is just my Alex Albon hat, one of my favourite hats. If you've seen me, you've probably seen me wearing it. It's super comfy. I find the Williams hat so comfy. I know this is a 2024 hat, but hats are one of my favourite things to collect and just get as an F1 fan, because who doesn't want a hat? It's good for the summer, incredible for if you're going to a track, because you will need a hat, and everyone will be wearing hats. So even if you don't like wearing a hat, I would recommend F1 hats or just any motorsport hats, because it's one of my favourite things to receive. Now, there's plenty of other things I could say, but I'm going to leave this as the last one, being a ticket to an event. So I've got, this is a Goodwood ticket from 2024. I have got a 2025 one, but I would say motorsport tickets, they are on the more expensive end. I'm not sure how much Goodwood tickets are. I kind of got gifted these tickets, but motorsport tickets can be very expensive, especially if you're looking for F1, where it can be upwards of over £1,000 per person. But if you're looking for cheaper racing, I would say the British touring cars, the British GTs, just look at all your local tracks and go, oh, I'd like to watch that. And the tickets will probably be a lot cheaper than F1, Elms, like the big motorsport series. And Goodwood tickets are very expensive, but if you can afford it, I would recommend Goodwood 100%. It's one of my favourite events I've been to. But yeah, motorsport tickets are one of the best things you can get a motorsport fan, because obviously you get to watch it on TV, but nothing beats watching F1 or motorsports in person. But thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful for you.